At the end of the day, we always win against Tottenham. Spurs 0, Forest 3. What a beautiful, beautiful day. And they even, lads, they rolled out the red carpet knowing the two-time star-winning champions are coming in before the match, man. At least they showed us the respect. I think every club should be doing that when we go away from home, rolling out that carpet. Welcome to Grumpy Old... No, not Grumpy. Happy Old Reds. Happy Old Reds. Make sure you've liked, make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to check out the sponsors of the video, OK Jerseys. Grab your shirts for £15. Don't forget code FFTV for 8% off. And let's just get straight into it. Who wants to start? I've done gone as you go.
Well, I was going to say before we actually start that even though it's been such a great result, a good couple of days for us, a good 4 days for us, I was going to put a poll up to see how quickly we have an argument, because we will argue about something today, guaranteed. We're not going to celebrate.
No, we won't.
Yeah.
I disagree with that totally, Ed. I disagree with that, mate. There's no way we'll have an argument today.
I hadn't even started the poll yet, mate. But let's start from the beginning. I think the lineup was pretty much what we expect, apart from the goalkeeper. And now I kind of like fell into your lot's trap because I've never been one to like drop. I still think Sells is our best goalkeeper, but I heard people talking about him going at the end of the season. But I would say that save he pulled off just before half time, I can't see.
World class.
It was world class, but I don't think Ortega would have saved that. I genuinely don't. So that going into half time, obviously the setup was perfect. We started off brilliantly. That first 10, 12, 15 minutes, we did what I wanted us to do. And then they got into the game. But the quality of their chances wasn't great. And we'll have a look at the stats, but we didn't go into double digits with our shots yesterday. 8 shots, 7 of them on target, and they were quality efforts. And 2 of our strikers scored. Is that anything to do with Chris Wood almost ready to come on? Because that's the first time all season that our strikers have been scoring goals. So 3 different goal scorers. I thought we played really well. I thought the game plan was perfect. The substitutions worked yesterday. And I don't want to, scattergun it all, because I think there's a lot to talk about today and we can delve into different bits. But I'm really happy for Awoniyi, as always. I'm his biggest fan. I'm glad he came on and shinned his effort, and he did shin it. He shinned it to perfection. But Nico Williams, match-winning performance, absolutely man of a match for me. But there were other contenders. I'm just revived. Honestly, I'm just revived after these last couple of games, because I was dwindling. I was on the point of obviously not going to games and not enjoying it. And this last 2 games, the results, the way we performed, and the position we've got ourselves in both competitions, I'm much more focused and much more hopeful for how the season could finish. But I don't want to go in too much. Anybody else want to jump in? Please go ahead.
Well, I'm glad that the status quo has been maintained. I mean, we had the song in the past, Tottenham, we always beat Tottenham, and it's back. It's back. Doing the double twice, 2 years running, it's not for everyone. I mean, I know Spurs are bad, and my God, they're bad. I mean, I thought Leeds would be the ones to go, but I'm seriously looking at Tottenham now. They're in that situation where, do they get another manager or not? Is it worth having a? I mean, I think they should. Obviously,
no.
They should get Dye.
That's not saying I hope they do. It's saying I think they should do, but I'm not sure they will, because those owners of theirs, they're so out of touch with reality. But it wouldn't surprise me if they just said, no, we'd look silly if we had another manager, we'd stick with him. Anyway, that's their problem, not ours, thank goodness. I'm glad Pereira's got a win. We needed that from him. I think, and the fact that there are 3 weeks before the next league games, I think, it's so important that we won that game yesterday. And we won it comfortably. I mean, it didn't feel necessarily comfortable at the time because there are obviously nerves, that's normal. But if you're dispassionate or you look back on it, you'll see that we were never really in trouble. Tell had that shot that Sells saved, and that was about it. And there were times in that second half, but what shocked me, and I've seen this from Forest in the past, but it shocked me yesterday, was in the second half, they had no intensity. They were playing the ball around at the back and they were walking the ball up the pitch. And I'm thinking, guys, you're a goal behind a massive match. What are you doing? I mean, I'm glad. But if I'd have been a Spurs fan, I would have been going crazy at those players yesterday. There didn't seem to be any passion, any urgency. And that we all know that that's probably the most important attribute you can have when you're fighting relegation, is to have belief, passion, intensity. They've got none of that. And I don't know how they could change it because they can't swap all the players now. No transfer window to come and help them. They're stuck with the players they've got. And if they carry on like that, they'll go down. I think it's between Leeds and Tottenham now, if I'm honest.
Well, I feel they're almost sleepwalking into it. Sorry, Ben. I was just going to say, I feel like they're almost sleepwalking into it because there's been stages of this season where we, as a fan base, have got really angry and we've voiced our opinions. Whether people agree or not, we have. But their fans were so passive. It's like they're almost accepting their fate. And there's just a lot of reminders between what they're going through and what we went through that first season when we went down under Brian Clough. But too good to go down mentality, and I think that's definitely part of their thinking, and I think it's affecting the fan base and obviously the players on the pitch as well. And I don't think any change would make any difference. Sorry, Ben, you jump in, man. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't know why Tudor decided to take Tell off, because arguably he was their best player and their biggest threat. Oh, did he get injured? Oh, there you go then. Shows what I know. But yesterday was fantastic. Igor Jesus with another Premier League goal. Absolutely brilliant header from the back post. Morgan Gibbs-White.
What a cross, though, Ben. What a cross.
Some of the crossing in general was brilliant yesterday. I thought Morgan Gibbs-White played pretty well. The shin from Awani is one of the best shins I've ever seen. And it made me laugh because he literally did shin it. And it was harder to shin it in the goal than it was to just open your foot and side foot it in the goal.
Not when you're as good as Taiwo, it's not. He could shin it from any angle anyway. It was fantastic, and I think it's clear to see now that not just the Spurs game, but also the Midtjylland game, that we really are on a bit of a roll now. And I think any worry about getting relegated, for me at least, has gone. Because I think the players are back to the mentality that they believe they can stay up. They believe they can win. Who knows? We could be sat here. We could be sat here in a month or two's time in the Champions League next year and 16th or 17th in the Premier League. And that, at the end of the day, would have been a great season. Because, yes, it's been a bad season. But if you look at the big games this season, the one that really mattered, and we've said it all along, the players do step up. They step up against I can't call Spurs the Big Six, maybe in the Championship, but they step up against the Big Six teams, and they put their effort in. And to be fair to them, they get the job done. And I think that's the difference between us and teams like Spurs, is that when we realise we have to get the job done, we find a way. And that type of mentality is good to see, because I was a bit worried that it wasn't there with Pereira, but it clearly is. So, and it's good to see the captains speaking out after the game, people like Ryan Yates and MGW. Clearly they've got it in their mindset now that we have to go on, stay in the Premier League, and I hope they take the Europa League seriously as well. But yeah, I thought it was great yesterday. And also Nico Williams, yet again, I think he won player of the match. He's been fantastic all season.
I gave it to Gibbs-White, I heard.
Oh, did they? I saw on Twitter. I think the fans
who gave it to Gibbs-White? Sorry,
probably
Sky
in the stadium. Sky always give it to Gibbs-White. They always give it to Gibbs-White. The one thing I think is funny though is I never really see rumors about Nico Williams being bought by any other club, which is a good thing. But arguably, he's one of our best players and definitely most consistent. So it was a great performance. I think we're in a good place. We've got 3 weeks now for Pereira to get involved more with the team, more with training. And then I think we'll get another 2 wins or so, and we're pretty much safe for the season and concentrate on the Europa League, win the Europa League. Spurs get relegated, win the Champions League next year. It's, I think 3 stars is incoming.
The result is that at the end of the day, we always win.
And one more thing I did mean to say is that you lot all belittled me when I said that we'd beat Spurs 3-0. And
no, you said 4-0.
3-0.
And we beat Spurs 3-0.
You didn't say 3-0.
I was right yet again on my score prediction.
You didn't say 3-0.
Is he trying this one again? Making out he made a
every game.
So he's back on the wicked. That explains it.
All right, just want to bring Robin. Quick catch up on the super chats. And guys, 500 already in here. Make sure you've liked, make sure you subscribe. Big up to Stoney with the 41 months. The day he was born, he became a member, man. What an absolute legend. Big up my boy Martin, man. Great footage yesterday from him with the 40 months. Legend. Big up to Chris as well with the £2 who goes, we'll win the next 2 and it's done. I'll take that, man. I'll take that. Thank you for the £2. And Gaza with the £2. He goes, evening everyone, been a brilliant week. Really we've deserved this kind of week, man, with the crap we've gone through this year. Seriously. Yeah, you're bang on, man. Caden with the 8 months, the absolute legend.
That's right.
Tuab T, Tuad Bites. I don't know why YouTube do this to me. I really don't. But thank you for the 17 months. YouTube, put names back. Thank you for the 17 months, you legend. And what does that say?
Legend. It says legend. You don't need to read anymore.
Negative Nikki NFFC 32 months, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Make sure you've liked. You know the drill. Rob, what you got to say for yourself?
Well, I think Spurs made the same mistake as Neil Kinnock in 1992, which is they held what appeared to be a victory celebration in advance of actually winning. And all it's done is heaped pressure on their own team, which I thought was great because that was a perfect sort of setup for us. We love going into these games as the underdog where the opposition is under pressure. What we seem to be struggling with is converting must-win games at home. Maybe we will be able to crack that when we get to Burnley. But to be fair to Spurs, the highlights package doesn't show what an incredibly difficult watch that first 45 minutes was. Personally, I felt like we were under the cosh the whole time. Spurs did rise to the occasion. Now, I agree there was no end product, but it just felt like every time we got the ball, we kept giving it back to them. Sangare, in particular, struggled. He seemed to be getting to everything slow, late, 2 seconds late. When he did get the ball, he was doing lazy passes. And it felt like they had about 20 corners, and I couldn't believe my ears when it was only 8. But, you know, I said to David, who was watching it with me, these are the kind of games where you're on top, you don't take your chances, and then in injury time, the bloody opposition go up the other end, get a corner and score. And for once, we did it to somebody else. And it was so satisfying. Even so, the commentator tried to ruin it for me because 2 minutes later, they hit the bar and then he said, oh, penalty to Spurs. And I believed him because this season, I never feel more than 2 seconds away from letting in a goal and like VAR's always going to go against us. Now, that said, we came out in the second half and it seemed like Spurs had completely lost belief. I was thinking, when is he going to take Sangare off? When is he going to take Hudson-Odoi off? Because those two seemed out of sorts. Sangare picked up a yellow card. Pereira held on before making the subs. And then out of nothing, Hudson-Odoi did the one good thing all game and created a chance for Gibbs-White. I didn't even celebrate that because I thought he'd just shot straight to the keeper and the keeper had caught it. I didn't realise it had gone in.
Well, that's what he did, Rob. That's what he did.
Yeah. Did it actually go in? I still can't be sure that it went in. And it was like a sort of delayed, like, well, it says 2-0.
Can I just say, Rob, sorry to interrupt you, mate, but people have, been doubting me. If I'd have been in Morgan Gibbs-White's position there, I would have calmly. Hang on. It was my speciality. I would have calmly put it into the side of the ball.
I can't wait to get a message on that later, man.
I would have twisted my feet and just calmly placed it into the corner.
We need a five-a-side team.
Here's one straight away.
But in any case, I think when finally Taiwo scored, I did actually believe that we might win. I don't know why, but there was so much pressure put on this game. And we've done it twice now. We did it at West Ham as well. We won the must-win 6-pointer away from home at the relegation rivals. So
Nice.
Something says to me that we've got to stay up after this because we finally found a manager that we like. We soon might have everybody fit, including Chris Wood. And the Europa League is very much still alive. And we've, for once, got points on the board. So we have to... But it's like Pereira says, this is going to go down until the last day of the season. It always does.
I don't think it will.
It doesn't, though, does it, Rob? It doesn't always go down to the last game of the season.
Well, the previous, I guess,
we stayed up twice from dodgy positions, and neither of them were last game of the season.
Yeah, they're both second, penultimate.
Second to last. Fair enough.
I've got a tough question I'm going to ask you guys in a second, and we can have a little debate on it. Before I do, apologies, Seb. I don't know if you did it just before we went live and it didn't star it for us, but legend, thank you for the 199. He goes, evening GOR. Remember, wait. In the end, we always win. The t-shirts out today. I'm on Potter's channel at 8. I'm going to cook the shit out of Deji.
You need to change it though, because it should now be. Remember, in the end, we always win 3-0.
Well, I believe the actual correct word are at the end of the day, but let's get confirmation.
The result is that at the end of the day, we always win.
It's at the end of the day, isn't it?
At the end of the day, we always win 3-0.
Yeah.
We are on a little bit of a... that's 4 games unbeaten in the league now. Okay, 3 of them draws.
Three.
No, wasn't it? Man City...
3.
Wait, Man City, Fulham...
This.
Okay.
Oh, trust me, it's 3.
Oh, yeah.
Midget land.
Yeah, we lost the Brighton game, didn't we?
We're undefeated in 4 games.
No, we're going just league games. Okay, fair enough. But...
There you go. He's assuming his narrative now, yeah?
No, I'm not changing my narrative. I said we needed to get 1 win out of those 3 games. Not only did we get a win, we got 2 draws as well. If we can get 5 points...
I said we needed 4 points out of Fulham and Tottenham. And I was expecting 3 points at Fulham and 1 point at Tottenham.
How important it was that win was against Spurs. If we... Any team in those 3 games it had to be against Spurs, if we can have another little mini run like that, 4 points. I think another 4 points were safe, guys. Honestly, but my prediction was we would finish the season 4 to 5 points clear of 18th place, and I still think that will be the case. But that obviously helps. That swing, that goal difference swing as well. Obviously, West Ham losing again. They're on such a poor run. We underlie it because we've said for the last few weeks, we've had the opportunity to leapfrog Spurs and we've wasted it every single time. Now we took it. Leeds are only a point above us. It's obviously between those 4 teams, but I think we can push clear and I think we can finish the season 4 or 5 points clear of 18th place comfortably. So we just have to keep on this little mini run, getting 1 win every 3 games, and we'll do it, And there are winnable games coming up. Burnley's got to be the most winnable. My fear is our home record, and it's been the problem all season.
I bet we draw that and then win some game that we're not entitled to.
Away to Man U or something.
We'll beat Chelsea easily.
They have gone off, haven't they, Chelsea? And Newcastle have gone off as well. Yeah.
But let me just finish these. Ant sent 3 coffees. Thank you so much. And He says, sorry for the length of question, and you can read first to decide what to read on air. I'm just going to read it, bro. I hope there's no swear words. He goes, I'm on the online store often. Callum Owendo was a model for some clothes. I saw his picture. His face was in multiple shots. Now they've removed all shots of his face. Other previous players obviously have modeled clothes, and their faces are still in shot. Alex Moreno, for example, is selling a sweater on the site. Did Cali really anger someone at the club? He was sold when he was desperately needed. The story was flimsy that the deal couldn't be passed up. What the actual hell is going on? I don't know, bro. Like, I would guess usually if the clothing line is still live, they would keep it on there, irrespective of who the player is.
I think he's probably reading too much into
too,
that.
Too tight to reshoot it, aren't they?
Yeah. And remember, I mean, I think it was Rob that pointed it out. They still had him on the Europa League merchandise, you know, after we got rid of him.
Oh, do you remember when we were at the was it the Arsenal game? And they were advertising the next Europa League match, whatever it was.
Yeah,
and they had Callum Owendo as the poster boy for that match. So, and he was already gone.
It might be something in his contract as well, like, you know, like
I was going to say, we're not having
image rights and stuff.
Yeah, we're not having to pay him for his image rights.
Image rights. If Callum Owendo got image rights in his contract, he did bloody well, mate.
Yeah, he did well. But yeah, sorry, man, I can't give you too much insight on it because I honestly don't know. Thank you for the coffees though, and this is well timed from the Tomster because this is the topic I want to move on to next. Once you guys in the chat over 600 again already, make sure you've liked up. He goes, can I just say Nico Williams, Mr. Consistent, love him. I agree, but I'm gonna say he wasn't my man of the match. Mine was Milenkovic, I have to say, and I just want to go around with you boys and in the chat. Kind of state your man of the match and state why, just for a little spice up. So let's kick this off with you, Rob. Go on. Who was your man of the match?
Well, I hate to agree with you, but I'll just get it out of the way. I also thought Milenkovic because he was everywhere. He was a colossus. But Nico did get 2 assists. So
Nico was brilliant. Nico was brilliant. But Milenkovic for me was just...
Milenkovic was a 10. Nico was a 9.95. There you go.
You know what, Rob?
Not sure
when it came to my turn, I was going to say pretty much the same thing.
I'm not going to disagree with you then, so carry on.
Well, I'll get mine in quick then. I think Milenkovic. Nico Williams was very close. You couldn't argue if Nico Williams was given man of the match, but I think Milenkovic, it's so important in the middle where he was just winning everything, and you could see he was. His leadership qualities came to the fore, is what I'm trying to say, and I think, I think it's brilliant. And I'm so pleased because I absolutely love Milenkovic, and so I'm so pleased that he's back to what we know he can be, and we need him back to what he can be. You know, if he plays like this to the end of the season, we're not going to let a lot of goals in, guys.
Go on, Ben. What are you saying?
I mean, I'm just going to say Taiwo. Taiwo was my man of the match. I thought that performance was brilliant. That shin, it's the best shin I've ever seen.
Wait, why are you saying Taiwo's man of the match? Just explain the logic.
Taiwo did have a good game.
He's on the WKD again. Just let him say it.
I always say Nico Williams. I compliment Nico Williams like all the time.
Okay, but you understand the definition of man of the match, yeah?
Yeah, definitely Taiwo, 100%.
Okay, what does man of the match mean?
I would say that Taiwo was the best player on that pitch.
Ez?
Yeah, just move on.
Yeah, I will move on. I'm going to flip the scores that Rob gave. It is very close between the two of them, but I think from the goal contributions from Nico and his defending was brilliant. You know, there's a couple of times he was tight in the corner, managed to get the ball out, find a player, set up an attack. And I think our transitional play yesterday was really, really good. And he's a key part of that. For me, Nico was a man of the match. I think, obviously, we all agreed after the handball incident, he had a couple of really dodgy games, which is way below his standard. But I think he's another player like Morgan Gibbs-White. We don't accept 7 out of 10 performances from him. So if he's not doing an 8 or 9, you notice. And I think over the last couple of weeks, we have been a little bit harsh on him. I know a couple of you talked about switching him out for Luca Netz. Somebody's somebody, yeah, you did. And so somebody's totally untried at this level against our unsung hero for the last 2 seasons. I think he'll be player of the season again this season, you know, amongst the fans.
Not really unsung, is he, as if he won player of the season?
This is what I mean. But this is what I mean. But going back to the point is that going back to what Crypto said before, other teams aren't talking about
outside of the club. Outside of the club. And I'm glad. I can't believe it.
I'm perfectly happy with that.
I am happy with that. But
change the subject. Quick. Talk about Morgan Gibbs-White.
No, but we've got high expectations for him. Like Morgan Gibbs-White, we expect 8s and 9s out of 10. And when we're not hitting that, a 7 out of 10 for him is below standard for us, you know. So I think he has had a couple of dodgy games, but I think he's back to his best. And why it's taking so long to put him on the set pieces, I don't know. And I don't just mean corners, I'd have him on free kicks as well.
But we've been saying it for ages, haven't we? He takes set pieces for Wales and he's brilliant at it. And we're having continually having these crap crosses coming in. And we're thinking, Nico, give it to Nico, you know.
I think we just caveat.
What happened? That corner was magnificent. Magnificent.
We should just caveat some of this in case any scouts are watching, and you know, me and Rob will just pretend that we think he's shit.
No, but it is true. I was on We Are Tottenham TV before the game, and they wanted to do a combined 11. I was like, Nico Williams left back.
Nico Williams.
And they were like, why? I was like, because he's the most underrated left back or full back.
Nah, because then they'll start finding out
in the Premier League. So
what did they think about him?
They were just oblivious to him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, don't really know anything about him. Yeah,
but then again, they wanted Romero and Van de Ven ahead of Murillo and Milenkovic. So.
If he was English, he would be talked about a lot more.
You're right, 100%. Yeah,
fair point.
I was thinking the same.
He's so consistent. I think that's where it differs from the rest of our not everyone, but I mean Morgan Gibbs-White has been consistent, I think, recently. But Nico Williams is consistent like season after season, like Milenkovic to be, like Murillo used to be. They're the best players. I'll say my old saying, like what they say in golf, like if everybody, I can't remember it. I've drank like 4 liters.
Well, the saying in football, Ben, is the difference between a good player and a great player is consistency.
Well, yeah. It's like when you play golf, for example, if you play 100 rounds on the same course, you'll probably birdie every hole. But the difference between you and a pro is that a pro will birdie every hole in 1 round.
That is true, by the way.
Put Amit's comment.
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. I think you'll put that up again. I think this person needs outing. All right,
Real Madrid. He's also fluent in Spanish and Portuguese. Yeah. So.
Who, Amit?
Yeah, Amit is.
Please don't take out Morato. Please don't.
I'd rather have Amit at centre back than Morato. I'm not even joking.
Amit's more a winger.
I still have him more rather than Romero. Romero's awful, man. Honestly, he's just a
so overrated.
I don't like.
To be fair, by the Spurs fans, I don't think many other fans actually rate him. I've seen a lot of programs where fans are saying he's just shit.
You know, one person I would take, and Wolfie's going to hate this, but I would take Tel. I think Tel could be good enough.
No.
What?
He could. No. I think he'd do all right as a backup.
He did cook Einar. I got to admit that. Einar.
Einar's not been great lately.
Einar needs dropping finesse. He needs dropping finesse.
No, that's what I'm saying. Put Nico Williams right back, bring Nets in for
definitely needs dropping finesse. He's I don't know if he's not match fit. I don't know what it is, but he's not the same Einar that he was last year. Last year is my favorite player.
In 3 weeks' time, so just leave him
alone. I personally wouldn't drop Einar, but he's on watch. He's on watch.
Gave away
do you guys agree that it's a good time to have this international break? I know we've hit a bit of form, and
I've got a real hand grenade to throw in. So is it so? New Zealand. New Zealand do actually have they do actually have a couple of friendlies at home, 3 days apart, and I was wondering whether it would actually be a good idea for Chris Wood to go and get the game time. To go and get the game
called up. He's been called up.
No, there's a few reasons, Rob. Two reasons, Rob. I don't trust the New Zealand coaching staff to look after him and to think of our best interests. Secondly, flying really screws you about, right? Really screws you up, especially that. It does, Rob. No, I don't care. He's 34 years old. We don't need him flying all the way to New Zealand. And thirdly, he could get injured again. Playing for them.
Why would you say that? Are you just trying to get a free trip to New Zealand?
No,
why would you even say that?
I'm trying to get my visa reinstated.
You'll be arrested on entry.
No, just run with this. If he actually, because 46 minutes in the under-21s, right, is not really going to do it. But if he actually played a couple of competitive games, scored some goals, he might come back.
They'll be playing Vanuatu and Tuvalu.
Well, I'll check. Anyway,
I'm sure
you're the most anti-New Zealand person in the world, and now you want him to go play with.
Well, no, they owe it to us. They owe it to us to get him back up to match sharpness.
No, they don't owe us anything.
We can arrange a friendly game anyway.
Anyway, it was a deliberate, controversial topic.
You did say throwing a Canadian, but I'm with Van.
Can we go back to Ezra's point? Do we think it's a good time for a 3-week break? No, we're on a roll. I'd rather be playing at the weekend.
No, I wouldn't, because I think we should come back from this international break, barring any injury, stronger than we did going into it, because we'll have 3 weeks more from Chris Wood, and I'm sure. I think Ant just mentioned it there. I'm sure they'll set up some friendlies in this 3 weeks for him to get some more game time. I guarantee it they will do. So I think we're coming back stronger, and I think this break's come at a good time.
And it does give Pereira a chance to instill what he wants, which he's not really had a lot of time to do that between games.
I don't know.
It's now got 3 weeks to really get him playing how he wants, and providing that's good, we'll be happy.
Not sure if you lot are special enough, but I got invited to the open training session on Saturday.
Yeah, I did as well.
Nice one, Ant.
Did you?
Yeah.
But I'm not special. Maybe I haven't checked my emails though. I haven't checked my emails.
Sure check it, Ed. I'm sure you'll have an invite.
Big up to Mikey with
the
£2 super chat legend. Big up to my boy Wazza with the £2. He goes, Nico had Player of the Week award. Malensa, yes.
What does Malensa yes mean?
What does Malensa mean?
Malensa. Let me put it in Chat GPT. One sec.
Thank you for the £2. You're gonna have to explain yourself.
Just 2 quick points of information. So I've been asked a question in chat. So New Zealand are at home to Finland on Friday the 27th, and at home to Chile on Monday the 30th. So Chris would have 10 days to travel back and get.
Yeah, but you probably get injured on going through the airport.
Yeah, you can't travel if you got a lacerated kneecap, though, can you?
It's very difficult. Trip over his suitcase.
And also, you can't travel through Dubai at the moment, so you can't go. So
Malensa. I found out what Malensa means. It's a Romanian surname.
Thank you. I think that's
what was it? Are you suggesting we buy this Malensa, whoever he is?
Can I just give Paul a massive shout out, by the way? He came and he did my boiler blew up last week, leaking everywhere. I called Lefty. I was like, my boiler's going. He's like, don't worry, I'll sort you out. Came on Saturday, all day. Him and Chris. Shout out to Chris as well. And honestly, the work quality was ridiculous. He covers the whole of Nottingham and Nottinghamshire. So if any of you ever need a plumber, this is your guy. True Red as well, and he's got some crazy stories as well. I've actually put him in the chat now, so if you ever need a plumber, all you need to type is !plumber, and hopefully that should work.
Brilliant.
Big up to the plumber Paul, man. There you go. This message should come up. All you gotta do is give him a shout. That's his number. And diehard Forest fan, and what a guy!
I just had my boiler replaced, man, but it was by my landlord, so I'm not doing it.
Yo, DJ, if you need your boiler sorted out, that's exactly what he did for me, man.
Can you make my boiler work just as if it's a brand new one, by the way? So you haven't got to go back in the olden days. Can you make it work just as efficiently, but use less gas?
Just turn it down.
That's called a heat
No,
pump.
because then it won't be as hot, will it, if I turn it down, you fool?
It's summer, Ant. You don't need it on. You don't need it. It's 20 degrees.
Well, no, just turn it down,
Yeah, it
turn the
is.
thermostat up.
Yeah, no. Oh, God almighty.
Yeah,
I had all these conversations with Paul and Chris, man. I know the
I
ins and outs of the boiler.
wasn't being serious. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I thought you were.
That's a good suggestion in the
got Paul's
comments.
number.
Hey,
I'll
you
pin.
understood what I was getting at, didn't you?
I
Tell
did.
me you did.
Yeah, you might as well send him for a long wait, man.
Honestly, man, just call Paul. Run it by Paul. Run it by Paul.
And are you eligible to play for New Zealand? That was a good suggestion in the.
I'm not doing all that travelling, mate. Too much travelling.
Yeah. So anyway, so if you ever need this number, just ! boiler in there.
Yeah.
What you need is a boiler that you can range rate. What does that mean?
You've lost me there, Jay Walker.
God, what with bloody millennials?
Bleed your radiators.
No, there's nothing wrong with my heating. It was a joke.
I still don't get
I
it.
was saying, can you make it be exactly the same but use less gas, i.e. be cheaper, produce the same heat? It was a joke. There's nothing wrong with my boiler.
Surely you don't need to bleed your radiators.
Anyway,
they're only 3 months old.
Exactly. You don't need to bleed your radiators, man.
Speaking of jokes, let's talk about the Tottenham game again.
And went over all their heads, even after you explained it. Still went over their heads.
I know.
I apologize on their behalf.
On their behalf.
Do I need the tumbleweed or something?
No, you just need.
Does he fancy doing a plumbing job in New York? Ask him if he's in the chat. So do what you got to do. Anyway, back to the game. Back to the football. Right. So I'm feeling quite deluded again.
Sorry, Lars. That was his comment.
You should qualify for cold winter.
Laurie, you naughty girl.
No.
Laurie, you hurt him.
Oh.
And like she had to put elderly in brackets as well. You didn't need to do that.
We can see he's old, Lars.
No, I thought more of you.
Oh, his feelings are hurt. You can see it in his eyes, Laurie. What you done?
I used to be so young, you know when I went to school. My birthday's August 31st, so I was always the youngest in the school. And I went to grammar school. And after the first year of me being in grammar school as the youngest boy in the school, they stopped doing, good old Labour stopped doing grammar schools, right? But my school, instead of turning into a comprehensive where you commoners go, turned it into a sixth form college. So I was the youngest in the second year, third year. I was up until the upper six. That was the first time in my school life I wasn't the youngest in the school. And now I'm being called old by everybody.
23rd of August.
Did you ever get caned? Was there canes back in your day?
Yeah, we had canes.
Seriously?
Yeah. I got caned twice. Once for spit, once for
That's disgusting.
once for writing something. Right, once for writing something on a toilet wall about one of the teachers, and the other time was for hitting somebody. And
Was it wrong?
Did you say spitting? Did you say spitting as well?
You said you spat on someone.
You did say spitting. I
You
mean,
did a Marinakis when you
you
smoking a cigar, man. The flame built up.
I don't recall saying that.
Are you like the olden days?
No, there was no spitting. No spitting.
Oh no, they're going.
Comments are good tonight.
Yeah, I know.
The jar on fire, man. The jar on fire.
Just think of all those older women in there.
I used to write on slate.
the older widows, isn't it, Ant? All those widows.
Yeah, all those
Anyway,
older
with the
widows. The blokes die first. Oh, I'll be in.
With derailing. Right, let's get back.
Never mind your 72 virgins, mate. I'll be in there with all those old ladies.
Move us on, for God's sake.
Let's move on. I don't know what to say.
72 versions.
It's done Ed.
So, talking of canings, the Tottenham match, carry on.
Hey, well done, Rob. Oh.
Why haven't you done your fan reactions yet?
It's coming tomorrow.
Oh, God, the best one is that guy. It's just,
Expression.
Why?
Don't ruin it for me. I haven't watched any of them, so I can do a live reaction to it.
That's the best one. That's the best one.
Oh.
Why? He's just like that for about 2 minutes.
I'm cooking Deji after this. I'm on Potts' channel, so he's getting absolutely slapping.
If he turns up, I bet he don't turn up. Or
His watch-alongs are crap, right? Because somebody in the next room tells him that the team have scored about 30 seconds before he registers.
Make him take them out. What's that about?
It's not that, man. It's not that. His Wi-Fi is so shit that he's like pixelated as well, man. Anyway, let's focus on our team, right? So, well, one more thing about Spurs that's hilarious, boys, right? West Ham play Wolves next on Friday before anyone else has kicked the ball. By the way, why are West Ham always playing first? Have you noticed that?
Because they're not in Europe.
What we have to do.
Yeah, I know they're not in Europe, but like surely they're coming across some other teams that are in Europe and would be playing them on Sunday. But
no, because there are not many of us left in Europe.
No, that's
not many of us left.
That's
facts.
But Spurs could go into their game against Sunderland already in the relegation zone. Like, is it? I want a gap between us and West Ham, but I really want Spurs down. Like, I'm in such a moral dilemma here, man.
Yesterday, you wouldn't mind if West Ham win as long as we do.
I know, yeah, just to put Spurs in there. So I don't know, man, but like, how are we feeling now about the relegation battle? I'm the only one on this panel who's never said we're in our word battle.
Whoa.
I've never said it either.
You've all said you've had fears of it.
No.
I was the first one to say
yourself, mate.
You were saying it last year, Rob, and we were third.
Yeah, all right. I said it this year, and I was right. So stop.
Rob, you said you wanted to get relegated with Steve Cooper as well.
Oh, shut up! Yeah, look, that
you see, he's in trouble at the moment.
Again,
well, he's got some beef with some national manager because he's withheld a player. I don't know.
Does he not understand the city? Anyway, look, I've actually got some information. I've looked back over 30 years of Premier League history, and generally speaking, in 95% of cases, 38 points is enough. We set the record for the lowest points required to stay up. We got 34 because we had 2 points deducted. So that's the lowest that anyone's got away with. The worst case is that you have to go back 20 years, but in about 2006, Birmingham were relegated on 39 points. So I do think that,
didn't West Ham go down with 42?
I don't think I didn't go back that far. I went back.
A couple of teams I got over 40 and still went down. I think Sunderland famously got up 46.
I think
is that when they played 42 games though?
No,
I think this was after the Premier League formation of the Premier League. Yeah,
I think that because we won the 6-pointer, we can probably get away with just one more win and about 4 draws, if I'm being honest. I think the key now is to
undefeated for the rest of the season, pretty much. Then,
hang on a second, Rob. Your research that you've just been banging on about is just all bullshit, basically.
No, I'm saying if we get to 39 points, right? If we get to 39 points, then we should be
39 points will do it, Rob.
Yeah, Rob, that's like saying if we got to 67 points, we should be all right.
Right, look, I've preempted the question. How many points do you think we need?
Rob, if we win the Europa, I reckon we might get Champions League next year as well. I think 38
36, Rob. I think 36 will keep you up.
Yeah,
39 is too high.
Well, I think a lot depends on Spurs because they are looking like they couldn't win for Toffee. But I think they do have to play Wolves. But
doesn't matter.
My money would be on Wolves in that game.
Wolves are doing all right.
Yeah. Wolves are having a little comeback. And I always say, when it gets to this stage of a season, don't bother trying to look at who's playing who because the results are all crazy. And let's face it, somebody like Tottenham, they've won 2 games at home all season. And one of those was the first game of the season against Burnley. So take out that match, they've won 1 game at home all season.
And that was against the ex-manager. It was Brentford, I think. So that doesn't count either.
My only worry for Spurs is if they do get a new manager and get some type of manager bounce.
Yeah, but the players are shit.
Spurs. It doesn't work with Spurs.
Players are shit.
All right, let's just do this number then. Chat, give us your magic number, the dotted line number. A lot of you saying 39 to 40. You lot are going way too high. Way too high.
36, I think, will do it.
Yeah.
I agree. 4 more points and we're safe.
There's 7 games left. That's a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Teams at the bottom, you know, where last season I said, I think we all probably said it, but I certainly said it's so nice to be looking at the teams at the top. It said and hoping they're going to lose instead of looking at the bottom where you know they're going to bloody lose. You know what I mean? They're not very good. They're not very good. These teams aren't very good.
Well, we were saying that about West Ham before they clawed back the 7-point deficit with us.
Yeah, but it's still behind us, though, Rob. They've gone through their best period of the season.
Yeah,
and we've gone through a really bad period, and they're still behind us.
I'll tell you what, my nightmare scenario is that Tottenham appoint Dyche, and then Burnley appoint Ange Postecoglou, and then we've got all 3 ex-managers trying to catch us up.
Then you might as well get Wolves getting Steve Cooper in.
Wolves can get Cooper.
I mean,
and then Palace get Chris Hughton.
Just drawn with Brentford at Brentford 2-2. So Wolves are nobody's milk these days.
I mean, it's a poor season in general in the Premier League. But if you have a look at, and I don't want to dwell on it because I don't really give a damn about them, but if you have a look at Spurs' running, it's quite a sweaty bunch of games, man. There's nothing really. There's nothing that I look at and think they're definitely going to win any of those games. And they got I wish more of their games were at home. They got 3 at home and 4 away from home, but even away from home, man, they've done nothing. 1 point out of possible from 15 games, isn't it? Yeah.
This is the thing. Spurs have 1 game away from losing 38 games in the last 2 seasons.
2 seasons,
yeah. Can we not write them up too quickly because they've got to play Leeds and Wolves. Okay.
If they play Leeds, Rob, if they play Leeds and they beat Leeds, that takes 3 points off Leeds.
Okay, but if they look, even if they lose every other game, if they beat Leeds and Wolves, they're on 36, which is why I don't think that.
Yeah, but that messes Leeds up. That messes Leeds up.
No, but there's a big thing though. There's a big thing there as well, Rob. Don't assume they're going to beat Wolves and Leeds. You're saying if they beat Wolves and Leeds, they'll be on 36.
I remember what I've just said, which is that's if they lose every other game. They just need to win.
They could lose every game.
I don't
lose every game.
I think they are going to get a new manager because they've got 2 or 3 weeks to do it, and it's now or never.
Well,
I'm sure they will.
I think
our form's the best. Our form at the moment is the best out of those 4 clubs.
Well, I don't know. Spurs were saying that after they had a draw at Liverpool and a win at home to Atletico Madrid.
We've beat Midtjylland, who were undefeated for the whole season. Our form at the moment is class. If we continue this for 2 or 3 games, we're going to win easily.
Yeah,
is Villa our next game?
Yeah, Villa's the next one. Yeah.
Well, they're going through something. I mean, I know they won yesterday against home against West Ham, but they're not on the greatest of form. I wouldn't write us off against Villa anyway.
No, I wouldn't.
A draw in that
because we all know we've got a good squad. We all know that if our squad performs to its best, we can pretty much take on anybody. You know what I mean? So it's all. But at the end of the day, it's down to our squad, isn't it? If they perform at their best, we won't have.
Well, I think they will because that's what they've shown us the last 2 games. Mentally, they're now switched on.
But we have to not lose to Villa, and nothing to do with the league. I'm just saying because we could be facing them in the semi-finals. I want to go into that.
I don't think it plays any part.
Oh, it does.
No, it doesn't.
No, it
doesn't. I remember
it'd be different players for a start, won't it?
Yeah,
it'd be different players.
Absolutely, and I remember that infamous. And you'll remember this, Wolfie, as well. That infamous FA Cup final defeat to Spurs. We beat them 2 weeks before. We beat them quite comfortably.
As we always did.
Yeah, and it made no difference.
That's why it's a shock.
So I don't think it plays any part, mate. I don't think. But our first game back after this 3-week break is Porto. So we go straight into Europa. Away from home, and it's important we get something out of that game. We can beat them. We can beat them.
That works out quite nicely, I think, because it gives the players a chance to get back into the rhythm of things, doesn't it? At a competitive level. I mean, I know we probably won't play the full what is considered to be the A team. But there'll be certain ones in there that could just get back up to speed.
Why not? Why not?
Well, we saw the B team play very well, and I wouldn't drop them.
Now you're in the quarterfinals. Now you're in the quarterfinals, and you've won that game against Tottenham. It is.
So that's why I said I don't think it'll be the full B team, but I don't think it'll be the full A team either. And I don't mind that. I don't mind that because
Ortega will be in goal, for example. You know, we'll give some of those players a chance that did do really, really well against Midtjylland. We did win that game.
You want to see backward play against Porto? I don't think that's a downgrade, to be honest.
No, I think McAtee played well in that game. Deserves to start.
No. Hold on. No, this isn't the right mentality, right? If we lose to Porto, technically we're out. If we lose to Villa, we've still got 5 more games.
We're not out. What are you on about?
How are we out?
The own leg to come.
3-0 at Porto.
No, he's right.
You said if we lose. You said if we lose against Porto.
What he means, if I may rephrase it, is you can't kick the can down the road in the Europa League. It's knockout football. You have to win those games.
So you don't trust Bakwa, you don't trust McAtee, you don't trust these players.
That's not what I'm saying.
You're reaching the point where you need to prioritise the Europa League over the Premier League because we are getting closer to actually winning it now. And you know, with the Premier League, we might have just done the
squad, what I'm saying is, Rob, you use your squad. Why do you have to prioritise anything? You use your squad.
We've been having a discussion all season about, you know, because we felt that we only had a decent first 11 and that the backups were rubbish. Now, Midtjylland may well have dispelled that notion because Pereira has managed to get some good performances out of McAtee, Ortega, Yates, Bakwa. So, you know, maybe it will all just coalesce nicely for the final games of the season. What I'm saying is that you can't kick the can down the road. You have to go into Porto.
No, but somebody like Anderson who's played about 600 games in the last 2 years, right? I think we can afford to rest him against Porto if we need to.
Anyway, bad example, mate.
Well, there you go then. That worked out fine.
Let me get back to one of the key things that I said. He would have to make decisions on who he plays and how he selects his games. And I think he's done that brilliantly over the last 2 games. He's instilled a bit of competition in that squad, which we were praising him for, and now we're going to just take that away. I think away from home, he will do that. I would personally prioritize both games, but if you go into, I think we've still got the home leg. I don't think he's going to set up a team that's going to get battered.
Both games. That's
you can.
Prioritization is that one is.
I mean, it's not really.
That's why I said I don't think we should prioritize either.
You can.
They're both important.
Emphasize probably. Sorry.
I mean, that's like
in their own way. And he's got the squad, and he's instilled that in the play. So I think his man management over his last week or so has been brilliant, and he's got the best out of the players. And I think if we take that away from them, then what does that tell them? You know, you've done well, you got us through, but you're done. We're not in the final yet.
Can I reply to the Villa season ticket holder in the chat who said that we were the weakest team he's seen this season? Now, that first half, that was under Dyche. I think most of us would agree that was our worst half of football in the Premier League this season. It's in the chat. So you go on thinking that.
All you've got to say, Rob, is we'll see you in 3 weeks.
Yeah, you go on thinking that. No, that's great. You underestimate us, just like Tottenham did. So
wait, hold on. Didn't Villa win their first game in like 6?
Yeah, they've run a terrible run.
Yeah, Villa, they beat West Ham 2-0. They'd lost to Man U 3-1. We didn't lose to Man U. They lost to Chelsea 4-1. You lost to Wolves 2-0, bro. Like, have some shame. Have some shame. You then drew with Leeds before that. You lost to Newcastle. Your last win was the 11th of February. Like, have some shame.
Wolfie, why are we giving airtime to somebody that says that only Anderson would get in their fucking useless squad? Why are we? Why
didn't they take one of our rejects?
He's obviously deluded. I mean, they've got Douglas Luiz in their squad. He wasn't good enough to get into ours.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because he was sleeping with Eddie's daughter.
Right, let's run some super chats, boys.
By the way, that's facts. That is facts.
Anyway, let me
so what? What difference does it make?
Eddie sacked him off.
You're an arsehole, Ben. That's it. Back to here we go.
Okay, can we do this?
56 minutes. 56 minutes.
Right. Super chats. And with the coffee, he says, I want to win the Europa League. Flags fly forever. However, I fear Champions League. What do you all think? I have no fear of Champions League because we've done that twice. Not worried at all. If we get into Champions League,
it's a long way away. Let's one game at a time.
I'm telling you, I've got a feeling about the Europa League. I've had it all season, man.
This is what I was going to say. I've been up for us winning the Europa League all season. And when I hear people, I mean, I said that I would mix and match but that's because I have confidence in Bakwa. I have faith in McAtee. It's not because I think, just chuck it away. I think they are good enough to play against Porto. But we should absolutely put as much emphasis as said on the Europa as we do on the league, because it could be a while again before we're back in Europe if we don't do it this season. No, it could be a while again before we're back in Europe if we don't do it this season. Okay, so let's make the most of it. Let's try and win it, because we can win it. I believe we can.
Thank you for the coffee. And big up to Corral with the 199. Says, Salam, brother Wolfie. Walaikum salam. If we win our next two, Spurs go. I think he's a Hammers.
Is he a Hammers fan? Yeah.
I'm united with the Hammers. I'm united. If it gets rid of Spurs, I'm there. Thank you so much.
If Spurs go down.
By the way, right. you've got 7 games to get above Spurs. I wouldn't worry just about the next 2. You've got 7 games to get above them.
Yeah. And some people were asking, why do I hate Spurs so much? Because my brother supports them. It's like,
you know what? I've asked myself on numerous occasions over the past 40 years, why do I hate Spurs? And I still don't know. I don't know. I just do.
Well, the 1991
apart from the 91 Cup final, but I hated them way before then.
Yeah, well, Gather should have been sent off after 15 minutes in that game. So
yeah, but also for me, add in Andy Reid, Dawson, Teddy Sheringham. Who else you got? There's a few others as well in there.
Hodge went there as well, didn't they?
I just hate, they call themselves the Big Six, and they're clearly not. And also,
that's beginning to waver a little bit now.
No, they'll be the Big Six in the Championship.
The main reason I hate them is because Sava's mods blocked me from the chat.
I think,
can we get the same on here? Can we have the same mod?
Yeah. Sava's mods like sort us out. So the question here is saying, I have a big question for you guys, a theoretical one. If we continue to play well and end the season strong, would you want to replace Vitor with Marco Silva or keep Vitor, stick or twist? I'll get the ball rolling on this one. I would only
we know what yours is.
I would replace him for Marco Silva for 2 reasons. One, Marco Silva is perfect for Forest. And secondly, Vitor doesn't last more than 18 months in any job he's been in. So that would be my answer.
Agenda.
Go on, Ben.
Well, I mean, it depends what he does. If we win the Europa and stay up, he's definitely staying. 110% he's staying, as Anne would say. There's no way we'd get rid of him. If we get into the Champions League and we stay up in the Premier League.
No, that wasn't the question. The question was, would you?
I would keep, if he gets us into the Champions League by winning the Europa and he keeps us in the Premier League, then 100%, that would make him our second best statistical manager after Sean Dyche. I would 100% keep him. Or get Sean Dyche back.
Right, from my perspective, I would probably keep him. Probably keep him. The thing that is making me doubt it is Wolf is absolutely right. He doesn't stay anywhere. That's a concern. That might sway me more to Marco Silva,
aren't we? Because we don't keep anyone longer than
yeah. The trouble I have with Marco Silva is that I would worry that he'd come to Forest and not do very well.
Impossible.
No, he would do well. He would do well, but
I don't know. Maybe he would. You see, that's because I also think he's a very good manager. But
look what he's doing at Fulham with a dead team, and I mean that respectfully. And no money.
No, you're right. You're right. I can be persuaded. Unlike me, I can be persuaded. You know. The points you've made that he is a very good manager. He's worked with Mr. Marinakis before. He's won a championship before.
Correct.
and he does stay. Apart from, I think was it the Watford one he buggered off? Or was it Everton?
Yeah, and Everton.
Yeah. He does generally stay if he's happy. Let's put it that way.
But Pereira deserves
let's face it, Vitor is coming to a strange situation with an excellent team, an excellent squad that should be doing better than it was. So, as I've mentioned on previous GORs, you only need to be competent to get these players to get you some results. So I would probably go Marco Silva.
You've got to give Pereira a pre-season. You're not harsh on Pereira, man.
I think he's under the pretense of get Forest to the summer and win the Europa League. Like, I don't think it's much further.
But if he wins the Europa League,
if he does that, he's a success.
Oh, yeah. I know. No, I'm saying like that's it. That's all they're wanting him in for. I think it's still Marco Silva.
There's no way they'd let him go if he won the Europa League.
Wait, hold on. You saying keep him under any circumstance? Huh? You saying keep him under any circumstance if he does that?
Well, if you get relegated, then he.
No. If he wins the Europa League, keeps Forest up. You saying keep him under any circumstance?
Yeah, 100%. If we win the Europa League,
so if Pep calls up Marinakis, leaves Man City this summer, and says, "I want to join Forest," what are you saying?
I'd tell him fuck off. If Vitor Pereira wins the Europa League and keeps us up, he's 100% staying at Forest. I don't care who's. I don't care if Pep's on the I don't care if Pep Guardiola rings up Marinakis and says, "I'll come and work for you for free." Vitor Pereira is staying at Forest.
Right. So Tottenham sacked their manager after he won the Europa League, and they're going to get relegated.
Exactly.
My assessment of Pereira, and obviously it comes down to what he does between now and the end of the season. But when you look at a manager, you look first at the results, you look second at the style of play, and then you look at, is he getting the best out of your players?
Exactly.
And I feel on the third point, there's some evidence that he is. Because, you see people like, until he got injured, Cunha coming into the team, McAtee having good games, Backwards had a good game. If you've got a manager that's adding value,
MGW playing the best ever football. Malenko,
I'd keep Vitor. You're right. I'd keep.
Yeah, come on, Vitor. Hey.
Hold on. I'll give you another reason why Silva will be better. Would you agree with me? He makes a bunch of average players or has-beens look good.
Yeah, but I think Vitor's made our B team look good.
No, but hold on. Would you also agree with me? It's very likely we lose all or some of these players in Murillo, Anderson, Gibbs-White.
If we get Champions League. If we get Champions League, I think a majority.
Absolutely.
Well, then, if you think it's that hinged on Champions League, why are we not prioritizing the Europa League then?
Because we can't.
You've given us a scenario.
S would say we're prioritizing both, which is a stupid thing to say, but it's true.
Okay, no, your scenario was that he wins the Europa League and he keeps us up. So obviously winning the Europa League gets you into Champions League. So we have to think about it. And we're not going to lose Murillo if we get into the Champions League. I don't think so.
I agree.
But the best season we've had is when we've given when Nuno came in halfway through the season, then he got a pre-season and he got to bring his actual gameplay in, and we set up in a formation that was obviously low block, hit on the counter attack, but that was very well the players he had. That was how he set up. Now there is the danger that if you just get rid of him after he's, you've got to basically whoever you bring in, whoever's in has to have the full pre-season. So if you're going to do it, you do it early on. You do it straight at the end of the season. If you're going to bring Marco Silva in, you've got to give him the pre-season. What I don't want to see is that he's given the start of the season and 2-3 games in, then he's got rid of. I don't think he would see out the season. But then again, I'm not flip-flopping here. I said, I don't care if we have 20 managers a season. If it gets us the results we want, I'm not precious about any managers. But on the merits of him doing what we've just said, that set out that scenario, you've got to give him or you twist.
A point of clarification. No one's asking for him to go. It's the hypothetical here, right? Yeah, this ain't Sean Dyche that I wanted out before he even stepped foot in. This is what if. This is the what if scenario.
I remember we had this conversation
I think we need to see how he performs with these players for the rest of the season. And you're quite right, Crypto. if he wins the
Thanks,
Europa
Aaron.
League
Right now.
and the well, if he wins the Europa League and keeps
He
it up,
stays up.
you're
Yeah,
not going to
definitely.
sack him, right? You're just not.
In fact,
Maybe he'll get a big player.
if Vitor Pereira wins the Europa League and keeps us up, I'd go to him and say, "You can have Traore in the summer if you want him." That's how confident I'd be at keeping him.
But Silva's not the only manager out of contract in the summer. There's about 6 or 7 Premier League managers that are going to be out of contract, including Pep, I believe. So
Pep's retiring, isn't it?
As well.
But you got what's the manager? You got Areola at Bournemouth. He's a good manager. I think he's a good manager. I think
yeah, but Man U are looking for a manager, aren't they?
We'll be plenty looking for a manager. I mean,
Chelsea are about to be looking for a manager as well.
Yeah, so there's at least half a dozen managers available and teams looking. That's my
Chelsea, Tottenham, they'll be looking for new managers.
But they need Russell Martin, don't they?
The thing is, the Spurs will be looking for a manager in the Championship, so they'll probably get like Steve Cooper or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Seriously, I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs got Steve Cooper.
He's too big.
And then Robert become a bloody Spurs fan.
Rose, a West Ham fan.
As well as
Rose, thank you for the 4 months. Right, I'm late for cooking Deji, so I'm jumping over to Football's 12th Man, Potts' channel. This is going to send you over there. So if you want me to absolutely rinse Deji, come across. This will send you straight over there. Pick up to Joe Chin with the 59. He goes, dreaming of a mid-table season, not competing for Europe and not near relegation, just scoring against the teams around us and the odd 6.
Come on, Joachim. Come on, let's have a bit more belief and a bit more higher standards than that. Next season, we want to be up there challenging at the top again.
We're winning the league next season. We're winning the league next season. I will. Big up to Richard as well for the 20 months. Make sure you've liked, make sure you've subscribed, make sure you check out OK Jerseys. Use code FFTV for a further 8% off. I'll see you across on Potts' channel. Now, everyone lost, man. I'm the only winner there. Me and LB are going to have a party. I'm on you, Reds.
You Reds.